I believe we're loading in as I'm speaking, but I fear for Team Queen in the fact that, and mind you, this was a while ago, back when, you know, Valkyr was on the lineup and everything like that, when we versed them in the Hungarian female league, their border was the one that we were able to take them almost to overtime on. That was the one map that they struggled on. So if there's a map that we can statistically go back on and say that they're weak at, it is probably border. But I definitely think that the purpose of them going to border is to say, we know what you do, we know how to counter shot it, let's go.
I definitely think border as well. It's kind of like the bread and butter of Siege competitive. Like every team knows how to play border. Even if you're not specifically counter-striking, you can still play a decent game on border. And most games on border tend to be pretty close anyway. So yeah, we'll definitely see how this go down. Capital and Blackbird both off the board, and Mira off the board from Queen. That's going to leave things for T3H here and see exactly what they want to do. Thinking probably an Echo ban from there, and since they do like a little bit Maestro here. But no, it's going to be a Mozzie ban. It's interesting.
Yeah, that's an interesting one coming out there. I think it's because some of these teams have used Mozzie as a bit of a crutch as well for intel. So if that's something that they've been sort of swapping over to using those Mozzie drones, and possibly we'll see the attacking side just run an IQ exclusively, then that might be possibly something they go about. But no. Unless we see a 6-pick coming out, it's going to be the Thermite, Ash, Nomad, Thatcher, and Zofia featuring on the side of Team Queen. And on the side of T3H, I figured that that Cav would be 6-picked off. It's going to be 6-picked off for a Bandit. Aztec, one of the main maestros in all of EU for the women's league, will just continue to run that one round after round after round. And Panda will be sitting on the dock, taking over from Canary, so we'll see whether or not she can do her justice.
Yeah, it's interesting. Just like looking at the lineup, because in my experience, Shadow did a lot of Hibana work back in the day.
Don't quote me on it, because I know that when Nomad was introduced, there was like every team I knew of was debating who was moving on to that. You know, right? Like, it's like, oh, we now have to replace one of our players, and they now have to be the Nomad main. It does look like T3H are doing the exact same setup. Look at this.
Yeah,
they
and
know...
I assume they're gonna play a dock in here as well, and they have Aztec just the exact same thing they did last time. So absolutely no differences from them. Hopefully Queen have done their homework and they know exactly how to dismantle this. I think really, honestly, this is just crying out for an office push.
I think by looking at the lineup, no, they've altered this hold, James. They've altered this hold with a shield in the middle of 90, and now what they're doing is, instead of holding all the way back from monitors where it's really easy to get pinched, they've actually put her with an ADS in the middle of 90 with a rotate into CCTV. This is something I don't think Team Queen are prepared for.
I think the shield is pretty easy to get rid of, though, but it could be a big reason why the Capital ban. Don't forget, they also banned Capital last time, but yeah, it could just be a big reason why that Capital ban is part of the strategy. Shishka going to be moving across here. That's kind of an aggressive thing to do, though, but yeah, as I said, this is crying out for an office push. And that's what exactly they're going to do. Triple wall is going to get opened up. Bandit unable to contest that right now, but Izzy playing a Canadian and seeing what she can do.
Wall gets opened up on triple, as you said, and that means that this office push is going to have to be heavily defended. Panda has the line of sight to assist Izzy with any window push, but does not have the line of sight if someone pushes into triple wall, which doesn't matter because they've actually made a line of sight hole for Izzy in the side of fireplace there. So she'll get droned out. Surely they burst in and pre-fire her because they know exactly where she is crouching. Mia's underneath making work of her Ash charges, and Panda has been so patient with this peak.
Yeah, there we go. The pre-fight is going to come through from Kitty. This is not looking too good at all. 5v4 situation now. Panda going to be playing very aggressively. Kitty with a double kill as well, but Panda just missing the shots. This is really not what you want to be happening right now. That's just going to be going in deep. Archives push is going to be successful here shortly. Aztec looking to try and contest that right now, but Panda still contesting this 90 peak right now as Midnight pushes through onto break room. They try and desperately shut down this office push, but it's just not happening right now. Queen are having absolutely none of it. They take down Aztec as well, and that is the entry that they needed. Mia picks up a great kill. They definitely needed one, and they have absolutely nothing in armor. It's all down to Midnight to try and bring it down. Will she strike 12? Let's see if it does go down. She needs 5 kills to bring it in. She needs to be complete ace from her. Shiska is going to be planting the diffuser. Midnight still holding on to CC, but the diffuser does go down successfully in Archives. This is going to be a very tough fight back right now. Aztec bleeding out the floor. Looks like she's just about to die. As Midnight trying to push through around into break room. Desperate to try and get some sort of entry here, but the diffuser slowly doing its work. Trying to push through onto break room door. Can she do it? Can she push it out? She needs to go for the pre-fire. She wants to get this kill, but no! She gets shut down! That's a flawless opening round from Team Queen.
What should not have been a flawless round then becomes it. I am worried that that angle they'd open up from break room, had it have been utilized earlier, that would have been a far more effective round from T3H there. Aztec was doing a good passive-aggressive bounce there, but she couldn't hold on to it forever. And that meant that Team Queen were able to take complete advantage of her. I also thought that Izzy was well out of her depth. She didn't have the right cover from her teammates on both the triple wall and the window, so even though they didn't push the window and triple wall at the same time, she was completely droned out. So she had to aggress and she didn't, and she paid the price as well. So I also think that the ACOG of Panda really detrimented to T3H. She was far too passive there, and she let way too many people cross across these stairs.
Well, we'll definitely see how it's going to go down, but it looks like T3H are running most of the same thing they wanted to do last time, but this time Panda opted off the dock and onto the Valkyrie. Don't forget, the last time T3H played Border against Sphinx, they banned the Valkyrie.
Yeah, something they were worried about, but it doesn't seem that they're worried about in this particular matchup.
It could be the fact that Panda enjoys Valkyrie here, and the fact that she obviously wasn't playing, she was just playing Doc, which was what Canary normally plays here. And it could just be more about comfortability for her.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think if you've got one of those players that does prefer to play one of those operators, that you tend to keep it in there. Of course, they're going to look to do the same setup, but it's very unlikely that the shield that Lua just tried to put down, actually, she will be committing to, because no one will surely play there anymore, and she'll have to replace that shield elsewhere.
So, see what kind of take Queen want to do here. I feel like, again, this is kind of crying out for an office take, just because there's no, like, really heavy presence there, and they have a thermite. And they, you know, like, they just have so much control. And, yeah, again, just like, it worked last time, just keep doing it. It looks like Izzy's going to try and contest it this time, though. And Lua is playing around in Canadian with her. But, yeah, like, this time there's no rotate open. Well, there is a rotate open, but it's, like, much harder to contest without an ACOG there. So we'll see exactly how that does go down. Does get tricked. That is kind of embarrassing for Queen to let that happen.
They did ask the Ash, they actually pinged underneath for Mia to be able to Ash underneath. And unfortunate for Mia, she wasn't able to do it.
That might be round winning right there. Oh!
Oh my goodness, good night. And an accidental C4 throw. And Lua's actually going to be able to drop down the hatch. I don't think Mia's down there, and Izzy's contesting this triple wall the way she should have done before. If she tosses this C4 out, she might be able to get a kill. Instead, she tries to tussle with Toxic Kitty on the east stair. She'll take another pick. Izzy's doing work, and she's not even on full health. My goodness. If I'm Team Queen right now, I want to drone this girl out.
No, well, Mia going to be trying to push through onto AC to see what she can do here. Shiska jumps into office. They know the office is clear, but Panda is below to punish anyone who gets a bit too aggressive here. Shiska makes her entry as well, but Panda from below takes out Kitty, and now it's a 2v4. This is looking like a disaster for Queen right now as they try to get into the site and do something here in Archives. Mia is in Archives right now, but this is not good because they don't have a thermite charge. They can't actually get into Archives. It's going to have to be a rotate here from Shishka if she wants just to defuse it inside. It looks like she's going to be able to do that successfully, but that little window is indeed open. There could be some smokes going over there sooner rather than later. And the smokes are going to go down. Mia's taking loads of hits, but the diffuser goes down successfully. Regardless of that, we had a Nitro on the board, we had smokes on the board, and none of it comes through for T3H. could be a good post plant being played right now by Queen, playing it very, very patiently. Mia not even wanting to beat this Maestro right now, and she picks up that kill onto Lua. That's the smoke off the board. Midnight finds a way into sight right now, but Shishka very aware of any plant potential going down. Don't forget, she's on that repel. Oh, what a shot from Mia! Takes Aztec right off the board. Now it's a 2v2, completely evened it out. Panda goes for the run out, but gets knocked by the Nomad air jab, and it's all down to Midnight. She's on the counter defuse. They know she's on there, and Mia takes her down. That's a 3k from Mia, and Team Queen take round number 2. Beautifully done from them.
That was a round they should not have won, and that quick rotate to get that diffuser over to the Archives door was absolutely brilliant. That was what they needed because they knew that was the only place they could hold post-diffuse effectively. Otherwise, they'd have to focus on East Stairs, 90 hallway, and a myriad of other angles coming at them. So that was a beautiful play there by Team Queen. A round T3H should have won, should have known that that's exactly what would happen, but round nonetheless. And Shishka and Mia popping off for their team. Surprising that Shishka is the one popping off, given she is the support player for Team Queen.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
We'll see how it goes down, but we're moving to round number 3. Clearly, that upstairs defense is just not working for T3H whatsoever, and they're going to go downstairs. That I say that banner trick is embarrassing because we had a Zofia at East Stairs, and like part of the wall wasn't bandited, and if that isn't happening, and last round she put 3 bandits on, you should know that she's tricking just right off the bat. Like, you shouldn't even have to drone to know that she's tricking. Yeah. And I don't know, I just feel like a Zofia charge could have come in from either below, or you can put a Grismot charge through the top of that archway from top of Vistas, and you can completely deny that, and that's an easy take. But losing a Thermite charge there is potentially round losing, because then you don't have your Thermite charge to go into Archives. I mean, well done for the Queen to bringing it back anyway, but that was almost a disaster of a round.
Yeah, I agree, and I definitely think it's one of those things that you always have to be absolutely certain that no one is bandit tricking on that wall, because it's very easy to tell which panel it is just out of sound these days. So good on the... And I think Izzy was the one who actually bandit tricked, got off the wall, managed to take 2 picks. I mean, it was amazing the way that she went about it, and now we'll have Team Queen looking to do exactly the same push, but from upstairs to get that vertical control. And many of their teammates making their way over to the office side. Drones will come out now as well, and they'll work out exactly how they can get this top floor control.
So, we'll see exactly how this is going to be working out right now as CC control is underway. So we see a completely different push coming up from Queen, but it is a completely different objective, so it is fair enough. Luna pushing away into offices to see what she can do from here. Midnight got that pixel angle onto that Archives door to see what she can do there, but Luna pushing all the way in. She sees the Jaeger getting way too aggressive. Midnight gets punished and shut down. Luna moves all the way in. She sees the bandit, takes her down as well. Izzy not paying attention. There's a triple kill for Luna all the way in, just completely controls of Armory, and T3H are falling apart.
Luna Goat, James. What a fast triple kill. One of the fastest triple kills I've seen in this entire league. Shadow will follow up by taking out Aztec. It's just Lua left. She's got a shotgun in hand. She knows someone's there. She's going to miss the shots, but finally connect with Shadow. She has verticality if she wants it, but plant will begin to go down from Shishka over in vents, and she's ever so wary of someone being top floor with her, but everyone has rotated downstairs, and she's all by her lonesome on the hatch.
Yeah, Maestro Cam is up, however, that is going to be pinging stuff out. She does, of course, have that shotgun above. Should be able to take control of a little bit, at least. And most people for Queen are actually inside the building right now, not outside. So Luna could be trying to push through and see what she could do with the SMG-11, but not going to go too well for her. It's a 4K from Luna on the round, and Team Queen take round number 3. Absolutely beautifully done from them.
A great 4K from Luna, a great 3K upstairs. She actually comes zooming in. Not sure what happened to the bandit there who was in the corner, whether they just were blinded by a flash, possibly a flash went over that we missed, or something to that effect, but had no idea that Luna had moved on in. She gets 1, she gets 2, and she gets 3, and that's a good night T3H, because that round was solidly in the hands of Team Queen. And yeah, goodness me, T3H's setup thus far hasn't been bad, but it's not being played to the style that Team Queen needs to be confronted with.
Queen just love this lineup.
Why deviate if it works? Why? I don't know what the saying is, you know, James? The saying, like, why?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. That's the one I'm looking for. You'd think, you know, English was my dominant language, but we'll have T3H try to go back upstairs because downstairs was an epic failure compared to their upstairs hold. So,
No way you said epic fail.
does that show my age?
Oh god, it
Am
does.
Am I older than you, James?
Oh god. It's like I'm back in 2007.
Were you even born then, James?
I was. I'm 22.
Goodness me, you're such a youngling. My goodness,
Ow.
no wonder. He's
Young
with
and
all
bright-eyed,
the
that's me.
he's with all the hip language, guys. But a beautiful cam coming out from Panda there. That's going to give it all the east balcony intel that she's going to need because that's where they've been pushing. That's one dominant thing that T3H can take out of this is that they've pushed east almost every time. No need to push into try and get CC control when you could just push east. But very much likely that they will change things up given the placement of these drones.
Potentially. We'll see how things go down, and it kind of feels like positioning-wise, because they're opening up this hole onto half wall, that this is exactly what they want to do right now. And what a shot from Mia Aztec right off the board. That's the echo down immediately. Great opening pick coming out from Team Queen. T3H are struggling to find an opening pick of their own, and there is a drone here in server as well. So Panda has been spotting out, even though she might be safe down there for now. Mia is aware of her presence. That's going to be a call out coming out through there. The CC control does go through. Yeah, that should going to just go down to make sure no ADS is going to be there. No other traps or anything like that are there as well. They should be able to push coming. Mia gets in there immediately and Midnight goes down. So double kill for Mia on the round. And this is looking incredible for Team Queen.
They cannot counter them at all. There is nothing that T3H has been able to do that's countered them. Even Lua missing a couple of her burst shots there just shows that there's just been too much going on from Team Queen. Every single player of their lineup being able to win these flawless rounds, and now we'll have Panda dancing around downstairs. In fact, I don't even think Team Queen's too worried about her at the moment, considering they're likely to just throw a couple people down there when they go for the execute, and that should get her well off track before she's even started. But Luna looking confident, she zooms through, and little does she know Panda's there.
That is a mistake from Queen coming out there, because they knew that Panda was down there with the pre-play drone from Mia. So it's not good to see, but maybe they thought that the Valkyrie's just going to play below the C4, but it's not looking good right now. Queen will be able to get in, but Shishka is going to just go down immediately. Lua just popping out her smokes as well, but that is a very aggressive plant coming out from Toxic Kitty. Shadow is able to cover it, however, from Sandwich Repel, and plant is going to go down successfully. The C4 whiffs! That's a massive misplay! Toxic Kitty does take down one, and this is all down to Panda and Easy to try and bring something in, but this is not looking good at all. Shadow still able to hold out from the Repel. Panda gets one, but able to find a second as Queen take round number 4, and they're absolutely flawless here on border.
I definitely wonder if Team Queen can be countered at all. We've seen 2 weeks of domination. It's looking like we might see 3. And finally, I might get those strafe points I've been ever so begging for tonight, because my predictions have been not so strong this week.
Yeah, it's definitely been an epic fail from T3H.
I agree, and I just want to shout out to all those people in chat who have been gifting subs, putting bits in chat, Campbell, and several others who've just been off the charts. You guys are amazing for gifting, for doing the bits. Every single one of those subs and bits and donations go directly to the prize pool, which will go directly to the winners. And by the looks of how chat's been chanting in chat, they think Team Queens will take out not just this game, but the league as a whole.
Bomb located by attackers.
This is looking very dicey right now, because now they've won 4 attacks. I mean, most people would say that's like game, set, and match right there, especially on border. It's not looking good at all for T3H. They really need to step that game up if they want to bring this in, but that 4v2 in the second round, they should have won that round. That was a throw through and through. So, like, things like that just cannot be afforded to happen. What is happening here?
A little bit of jazz hands there, Stonap, to give them good luck.
I guess. There's some interesting spectator bugs in this game.
There really is. There's some Gucci ones where people are shooting with drones and stuff. I like that, but a little bit of jazz hands coming out from Panda. That actually gives me hope they're going to win this round. And if I'm right, it's all about the jazz hands.
Well, we'll have to see how that is going to be going through. Round number 5, getting underway, and we'll see Queen and see if they can lock this out. I feel like if they win this next round, they basically have won the map. At a 5-1, like, I really don't see you coming back from that on border.
I mean, we saw Hellside do it against the previous team, Penta Divina, so we have seen these reverse sweeps happen.
Yeah, I feel like that was, though, because it was defense wins.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're seeing
attack wins were a very different kind of monster.
We're seeing
so
we're seeing a bunch of these really confident attacking rounds come out from Team Queen. And look at this, the peaks they're peeking into gunners like Luna. Surely she knows someone's there. Oh,
yes, great entries from Luna. Yet again, double kill coming out from her. Could it be the triple? Yet again, it is! Oh, no, it's not! Wait, what? Shishka stole a kill? That's not good.
I don't think they care, because as long as it's done, it's done. Lua's downstairs desperately trying to provide vertical assistance. Little zap from Aztec there on the drone won't do much. You can see Lua here. She's dancing with fire, and she's going to get absolutely burnt for it. And now it's just up to Aztec on side. Is she able to get 1 or 2, 3 or 4? Because that's what she'll need to skewer this round. And she's got people dancing above her and below her.
Aztec has been an absolute monster on my show in the past. Let's see if she can do it again. But there's flashbangs just coming up from above. And Shadow going to drop down above her. Team Queen take that 5th round in a row. And they're absolutely dismantling T3H right now. To be fair to T3H, they do have a sub playing right now. But wow, this is just absolute. Like, there's just really nothing for it. They're just getting dismantled. It's brutal.
It's hard for me to quantify this for the viewers right now, because what they don't understand is that Team Queen possesses some of the strongest group of female players in all of Europe that we have ever seen. And we probably will very likely see this particular group, whether they do it together or they all transition into alternate teams, push into much higher levels of competitive play in the future. Because these players are extremely strong, both individually and on a team. So that's why we are seeing such domination. T3H isn't a bad team. They've got good players on there. But when you go up against a monster like Team Queen, this is why we're seeing such a strong margin between them.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen Queen do exceptionally well throughout the league. I just thought it'd be closer, but this is domination right now. And T3H really have to pull it together. They do have the opportunity now, of course, to bring it back on the attack. But honestly, even if they win this round, I think they're out for the count right now. They've been put to bed.
I definitely do wonder if there is some emotions going on in the team at the moment as well. It's got to be very heartbreaking to be losing so many defensive rounds in a row. You see the likes of Luna just coming in. Absolute confidence in her gun and mechanical skill as well. You see Mia as well. The way that they've been moving, the positioning of their players, the way in which they've been hitting headshots at a high percentage as well. You got players like Kitty, etc., and a couple of other support players who have just been hot droning to success. Look at this.
How does Midnight survive that? That's crazy.
She should not. I think she's 1 health.
There you go. Luna does get pinced, however, by Panda. Good coordination coming out from T3H there to take out one of the top fraggers coming out from Queen. Midnight still holding down to Customs, however, but Queen still continuing with that push, it looks like. Coming predominantly through Passport. But this is interesting roam play from Queen. They're kind of very all over the place right now with this.
I think they knew what they wanted to do, and I actually don't think that Luna was meant to go in underneath as she had done. I definitely think that wasn't the plan. Aztec smartly moved out of half-full, knew that that would be something they would do, and had premeditated her move as that round had begun. Does look like the CCTV take is how they want to go about it. Claymores come out, and will give them the safety that they need, and looks like Armory Wall will be the wall of choice for this one. They've got the Maestro cam still there. And surely Mia's got one Ash charge. She does. She should be able to get rid of it. And the call's being made that someone was below. There was a drone watching Panda.
Oh.
That's one. That's two. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. That's what a good pre-placed drone will do if you've got one.
Definitely. Good shots coming out from Mia across the board there. 2 headshots. Just going to pick it up. I'm going to force this Maestro out from below. Aztec going to get very lit up. He's going to be forced out of her half-wall position there. And the thermite charge is going to be going down. She get the armory wall open, and Queen should be able to make their entry sooner rather than later. Mia's completely cut out the bottom floor. Looks like they're going to be able to push up Metal and straight into sight. Izzy, however, holding on. He's going to get dumpstered by Mia, who gets all the way into sight. And she'll be able to get the quadra kill, but no! Maestro shuts her down before she can. Triple kill for her on the board, however, as Aztec peeks out, gets shut down by Shishka. It's all down to Lua and Fountain to try and bring something in. 6 down Shadow, but the call should go out where she is. Shishka goes to the plant. Lua unable to handle this right now. Nitrocell in hand, however, should be able to do something with that. There's... Oh, that is so heartbreaking. There's an air jab and a claymore there. That is not good. She could nitro them, and she could go through the rotate regardless, but looks like she's opted to go through metal instead and see what she can do there instead. Nitro is going to go out straight into box, but unable to find it smart just yet. Looks like she could try and push aggressively up. They know that she's pushing. They'll be playing very aggressive. The diffuser slowly doing its work. Shishka prone on the bomb. And her teammate up in CC goes for the pre-fire, but no, she can't find the kill. And Team Queen take round number 6. Absolutely flawless attacks coming out from them. They're 6-0 right now. They're on match point.
Insane the way that Team Queen, no matter which side they want to push, they managed to be able to get the execution down. There are some teams, and we spoke about this before, and we see this in CCS, R6W, and NA particularly, is that a lot of these teams are really mechanically talented players, and they end a lot of their rounds with kills. I think what we're seeing here is Team Queen is both mechanically skilled and gameplay skilled. You know, objectively skilled, because their support players know exactly when to get in and plant, and their fraggers know exactly when to frag. And that's an extremely dangerous team, and that's why we're seeing such a flawless game from Team Queen.
So, it's going to be an Armory Lockers and Archives defense coming out from Queen here. To start off their defenses here on Buddha. There is a comeback possible here for T3H, but I think with the way that they've been playing and the way that these rounds have been going, I do not see it happening.
It's very unlikely that T3H is going to be able to bring this back now. I mean, okay.
No, you're supposed to be the good cop. You're supposed to be the positive one.
Oh, wait. Jazz Hands from Panda will save this, and the reverse sweep will be the magical thing that happens as a result. Am I doing it right?
Yes, you got it. You got it.
I can keep going.
Go for it. Just keep beating the positive vibes.
All right. I do want to say, however, that the subs for T3H, because we've had 2 roster moves in this particular one. Last week we had Jaime, known as Gracie. She was subbed out for Izzy. Izzy is now their main lineup player. And then this week we have the new player of Izzy, and we also have Canary subbed out for this week, and Panda is subbing in for us. So there's so much roster changes. So that's me trying to pad the fall upon which T3H are going through now. Is that good? Yeah, I did it. Producer just went in my ear and said I got a 6 out of 10 for that, and that's more than a 5. He didn't say out of 10.
He said a solid 6, so it could have been a 6 out of 6.
Thank you so much, James. I will remember that. But alas, we will move forward. Toxic Kitty using the same Maestro setup.
Yeah.
And it is super effective. That's why you see really good Maestro players use it, because it's super effective. It's something you can play solo and play really well. And they're also going to mirror the exact same CCTV setup that T3H runs themselves. So I don't know. I think, ladies and gentlemen, T3H on the money with their strat, but they just can't execute it as effectively as Team Queen might be able to this round.
Midnight going to be opening up into detention, seeing what she can do here, but looks like she might be... No? Okay, I thought she was going into supply, but she's looking to try and dismantle this CC hull potentially, or maybe just push up metal entirely. Seems weird that she would enter from detention if she wasn't going to do anything about that whole thing, but there we go. She's into vents now, and she's going to try and push out onto half wall. Looks like should be able to push Kitty off of this. Oh, she's been opened up completely. She was on a cam. She gets out of there. That's a massive missed opportunity from Midnight. Oh, no. What a disaster.
What a shame for Midnight. She was able to displace her, but I actually think Kitty's the type of player that would challenge those vertical holes almost imminently. And nothing happening quite yet. Luna's over in break room. She's assisted by another teammate over in CCTV, I believe. And to be able to push in to CCTV is going to be a death trap. So it looks like T3H have decided the office is the play. They got Midnight downstairs harassing with the skeleton key. Mia standing up with the red dot on her T5's SMG, holding the long angle onto the window, and that's going to get traded, but Luna's going to trade straight back. This was the angle we were talking about before. Panda's going to come zooming in. This is a flurry of trades.
Oh, Luna's nasty. Oh my god. Smoke's going to be continuing to go out. Izzy with a thermite play straight into archives. And Smoke's continuing to go out. Luna with a triple kill all the way from break room. And again, a quadra kill from Luna, but gets shut down. It's all down to Midnight, but she can't make it happen. She's out of time. And that's going to be a flawless game from Team Queen yet again. Still only dropping 2 rounds. And Luna with the top frag. Oh my god. Absolutely insane from Team Queen. Absolutely just dismantle T3H.
It was a massacre, ladies and gentlemen. And as much as James and I might love T3H and their sort of, you know, off-meta kind of holes that we've been seeing them do and some top fraggers, Team Queen is the dominant